Just leave it there.
Well, I took the plug out. And that thing should be done really quickly. That stuff in the oven.
Yeah. I'll keep an eye on it.
This wire should be off, really.
Yeah.
That's the height, the length, the width, the type of load we're carrying. Make sure we've got enough fuel for the journey, and make sure we've got a means to pay for that fuel if we require it more. We also need to make sure we turn our mobile phone off, and then keep them tucked away. What we're going to do then is turn the ignition off. We're looking for our dashboard inside.
Good, looks good. And the vegetables are browned off.
Huh?
The vegetables are browned off.
Yeah. Tried it already.
Have you? Did you like it? Do you want to try something like it?
So the next question we can get is our daily walk-around check. So this is going to be a walk-around check of the vehicle, inspecting certain pieces of equipment, making sure they're all operating correctly. Why did we do that, Paul? Well, it's going to be one of the questions that is asked as part of the Module 4 test. And it's normally at the end of the test this is going to be done. So definitely a practical demonstration of knowing vehicle components, knowing each and how they work, what they do, and making sure that we're ready to take the vehicle out. Obviously also done as a pre-operational check. We can have paperwork to fill out depending on what company you intend to work for. Now don't forget, Paul, you can use the card. Outstanding, thank you, Andy. So yeah, you can use this card, and very helpful guide here, and we're just going to work our way through the list. So as we work through the list, we're just going to keep checking ourselves, making sure we know each piece of equipment. So we're going to start at the top of the list, we're going to start inside the cab. So I'm going to jump inside the cab, step inside the cab with 3 points of contact. So as we enter the vehicle now, the first thing we're going to do is...
Do you need anything else from there?
Nah. That's it. That's good.
Sure.
Are they rising up? No, not yet.
Some of them are sinking in the middle, gravity on the outside, so yeah. Don't open the oven, it says on the recipe not to open the oven until the 20 minutes is up.
Okay. Good.
Ignition on, and then extinguish, making sure, again, no warning lights remain on throughout the drive. Then we're going to check our braking system, okay? Quite an in-depth question, this one, and quite a lot of information to do here. So first of all, we're going to start and turn the ignition on. As the ignition comes on, we're then going to waste our tank. So this means pumping the foot brake and getting rid of all that air. So all that air will come down. Then the warning air system will come on, and it tells us you haven't got any air, don't drive off. So now I've done 2 checks. I've made sure that warning system is working. Now I'm going to start the vehicle and build up those air tanks again. So now that air pressure is slowly building up, and we're increasing that air pressure. Then I'm going to turn the vehicle off, and in a second I'll walk around listening for any air leaks. So I can carry out the rest of the checks in here, so I'm not getting in and out of the vehicle too many times. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is check my horn, making sure that's working. I'll check my washers and wipers, making sure they're clean and clear, and cleaning the screen and making sure we've got glue. Check my height sign. Now look, when I wrote that, it must be written in there, how high is the vehicle. And then I'm then going to check my speed limiter. So how do we know it's got one? Well, it'll be written inside the cab, and it must be clearly visible to the driver. How do we know it works? Well, I'll test it on the motorway to make sure that is working. Once we've done that now, I'm then going to jump out and inspect my mirror. So I'm going to step out of the vehicle, again, 3 points of contact to exit the vehicle. So now inspecting the mirrors, making sure again clean and clear, free from defect, they're not damaged in any way, making sure everything's doing its job well. And then we come to our tyres. So just a standard check on a tyre, obviously 1 mil over 3/4 of the radial circumference of the tyre, making sure there's no bulges, any cuts, ply, cord exposed, making sure it's inflated to manufacturer's specification. And then I'm going to check my wheel nuts. Now, it's a visual check only, so I'm going to carry out a visual check, making sure if we have wheel nut going, making sure that the same amount of thread is showing on each one. As we then work around the vehicle, I can then check my exhaust system. Really just a visual check for this one, making sure it's not damaged in any way. It's not obviously dragging along the ground. And as I start the vehicle, there's not excessive smoke or excessive noise coming from the vehicle. Continue to walk around the vehicle, and we're going to be checking our second tyre, making sure again, clean and clear, free from defect. 1 mil over 3/4 of the radial circumference, making sure there's no debris between the two tyres. So as we look in between the two tyres, rocks, cans of Coke, anything like this at the back of that vehicle. As we continue to come round, we can then inspect our rear doors, making sure they're clean and tidy, locked, making sure we're plated up legally. Our lights and lenses, reflectors are there, they're doing their job. Our number plate, again, clean and clear, free from defect, not delaminated or missing. And as we continue to walk around the vehicle, again, more tyres, more checks. Keep explaining to the examiner what you're looking for. It's not just a quiet test. Make sure you give them all this knowledge that you have about this vehicle. So again, 1 mil over 3/4 of the radial circumference, no bulges, no cuts, wire, cord exposed, making sure everything's doing its job correctly. As we then continue to walk around, again, more tyres, more checks, making sure they're clean and tidy. Again, the usual checks to carry out on our tyres. Wheel nuts as well, more mirrors, making sure again clean and tidy, not damaged in any way. Then we can inspect our wiper blades from the outside, again no splits, they're touching the screen fully, making sure again number plate is clean and clear. Now once we've done that, we're going to work through our list. Number plates we've done, operator's license, so normally found in the window. And what do I check on my operator's license?
It's in date, matches the vehicle.
Excellent stuff. Obviously, we need to be checking that this vehicle has tax and MOT. Now, we don't display tax anymore, so how can I ensure that this vehicle is taxed and MOT?
Well, again, we can go onto the DVLA's website, have a look, it will tell us on there with the tax and MOT, but we can also check in the office, check with your manager, your transport manager.
Excellent stuff. So now that one's done, I've done my tyres, I've done my wheels,
Okay,
wheel nuts.